Women rule over every aspect of man's life. I'll give 3 key reasons on why women hold so much of power, how you can utilize this knowledge to your advantage, and how it might have been a contributing factor to the erosion of your identity as a man. First main reason is evolutionary drive. Before we dive into this topic, I want you guys to pause this video and ponder these questions for a minute. Why do we humans exist on this planet? What exactly are we striving to achieve? Richard Dawkins, in his book The Selfish Gene, says that we are nothing more than a survival machine for our genes. This is a bold statement, suggesting that there is no higher purpose for us humans beyond our genes trying to utilize us as a vehicle for their selfish goal of trying to become immortal. There are inherent behaviors coded within our genes. You can think of like a script written for a ChatGPT or Gemini. For every circumstance that you can think of, our gene has predetermined the optimal course for its survival. This genetic code was established long before you were born and has evolved throughout the history of time. And we humans are meant to follow this pre-written script like a movie until our death. One such code is the reproduction of our offspring. This is a primary means by which genes strive for eternal existence by passing themselves into the next generation. We men have been tasked with only one mission in life, and that is to reproduce. Since we cannot bear children just by ourselves, we rely on females to help us and to assist us in this process. This reliance on female to fulfill our evolutionary need has provided them with the greater influence over men. Second reason is the evolutionary value of sperm versus eggs. In the intricate game of reproduction, women holds all the cards. Just as the scarcity creates value in the stock market or in business, we can see this effect in the game of reproduction as well. Eggs are rare and women can only produce them during certain number of years in their lifespan. Even with this limited window of fertility, condition has to be aligned perfectly for reproduction to happen. This makes women invaluable. If you look at the male reproductive game, sperm are abundant. Any one male can impregnate thousands of females simultaneously. Thus, the value of the sperm diminishes due to its widespread accessibility. This is why men cannot leverage just sperm as an advantage over their competitors and their male rivals. They have to rely not on the quantity but the quality of the sperm itself. So the fight becomes more intense. Man has to find alternative ways to impress women, such as physical power and intelligence. In the fight between men trying to outperform their rivals, females are the one who gets to enjoy the benefit at the end. Third reason is mate selection. If men are given a task to replicate their gene as soon as possible, it will be logical for them to seek multiple partners and cheat on them just to increase the number of their offspring surviving and expanding. I'm telling you this, if men could cheat, they most likely would. However, despite the potential benefit of polygamy, monogamous relationships are more common in both nature and human society. This is because women ultimately dictates the terms of the relationship. The resources and the responsibilities shared between male and females for reproduction is vastly different. Women invest significantly more in each offspring, requiring substantial energy, resources, and time. Raising a child alone can be exceedingly difficult. You can ask all the single mothers out there. That's why women has historically preferred certain traits like parental care and commitments. If women favor certain traits, evolution is bound to favor that trait. Evolution has thus favored male who demonstrate loyalty to their partners, and those who are disloyal are less likely to mate, reproduce, and disadvantaged. This is one simplified example, but exemplifies how humans evolve, especially males, to exhibit these traits to attract females. Over time, the priority for men has shifted from seeking multiple partners to maintaining long-term bond with a single partner. But remember, this is not permanent and is constantly evolving to satisfy women's new needs and desires. But this has created a complicated issues for men in today's world. There's a lot of traits that men need to obtain even before they become a suitable partner for the females. It requires significant time and effort to obtain these traits, and this struggle doesn't end here. Men need to keep proving themselves that they continue to remain suitable partner for her and her children for rest of their lives. This pressure on men remains forever. Women has abundance of choices, and if a man fails to deliver on this certainty and security, she will most likely find another suitable mate. Regardless of how deeply she pronounces her love to you, she remains faithful only to her genes. Women can never be fully committed to one man. For her, her genes comes first, and all the decisions she makes are made with this in mind, even if it means leaving your ass and finding somebody better. Now this leads us to the question, how can we stop revolving our whole life trying to impress women? The answer is, you cannot. You cannot defy your biological imperatives, but you can do things that will help you raise your individual value as a man. The first step is to acknowledge the inherent differences between man and a woman and the distinct responsibilities each gender bears. Understand what our gene demands of us. Recognize that the rejection from women is not a conscious decision on their part, but rather a manifestation of their gene's selfishness. Women don't have control over this, but it is a result of millions of years of evolution. Realize that women will continue to have this influence over men for the foreseeable future. Understand the traits women seek in modern man, whether it's financial stability, physical strength, or intelligence, and strive to embody this trait and become best version of yourself. Be the man every woman desires to procreate with. This will elevate your value in the sea of mediocre men on this planet. Before we finish this video, I want you guys to do one last thing. Go back and re-watch the video. Memorize every sentence I said. Use it and implement it. Be the best man in the world, and you will thank me later.